Jace, did they update the tables? That's what I'm curious about, because I would go to a Kava Lounge and just play tables.
Rodzilla will be there.
Rodzilla.
In person. Rodzilla is just a porn name for a porn star.
So Kava gives you like this mild, like it's not as potent as alcohol or weed, but it gives you this mild buzz and makes your like face kind of go numb a little bit.
Oh, and who doesn't like to feel like they're having a stroke?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, this again. See, I hate that it just automatically will restart me.
That's awesome.
I'm just going to let it drain because I hate that it continues my last game. It doesn't give me an option to start again.
It'll take more than that to make the king give up.
Just let it drain.
Come on, big guy.
Yeah, Jace, we've actually had people on stream that was like even from San Diego and said they had nothing. They had nothing for 40 miles. And it's like, what? When I went down and saw you, there was still places where you could just pop into a random bar and they would have a pinball table. Like, pinball is back on the up and up, or at least it seems like
on the up and up. It needs to be back alley deals. Like, yeah. You want to come like underground, like it was like Prohibition. Yeah. You want to play some pinball?
You want to play some pinball, boy? We got
Attack from Mars.
We got Attack from Mars. We got a sweet deal on it. Kids or customers going straight.
Godzilla will take humanity's place at the top of the food chain, unless Apex can stop him.
Give a little overview of this table here. Oh no, there's Mechagodzilla. Look at that guy. Some burning buildings. There's the god himself, Ziller. Lots of cool ramps.
Kava is relaxing, but I feel like it's more restricted than it should be.
All right, folks, Godzilla is here. Just watch and learn.
Because alcohol is definitely a harder substance than Kava.
Godzilla is here.
Like, I drank as much Kava as I could, and all you do is just feel like you're de-stressed. You're not high.
That'll be
You're
a big
just
one. Sensor readings
chilling.
are off the charts.
Whereas alcohol, like, you can definitely get fucked up on alcohol.
An attack from the rear will serve him well, for sure.
You'll puke your brains out.
Team Godzilla all the way.
Ha! Godzilla has never faced an opponent like this.
Ooh, hitting a little ramp central.
Watch out.
Damn it.
Come on, big guy. Get back up.
Yeah, that's true, Jace. Nothing blacks you out like alcohol. Except for heroin.
Yeah, black tar especially. You go black tar or nothing at all.
Go straight to the needle, man. Don't even fuck around. Don't smoke it. Don't snort it. Just go straight to the needle. Right, straight to the source. Feel it. See how you feel afterwards. Amazing. No,
well, you
absolutely
feel
not.
nothing. That's
yeah.
the whole point of heroin.
The maglev train was hit. That'll slow down our evacuation of the secret project.
Damn the secret project!
That's the last we've seen of him.
It'll take more than that to make the king give up. Careful. We don't want to make him angry. We're only here to observe.
Get some bumper action back there.
I do want to make him angry. I feel like playing God of War has made me like, it's a big monster. I definitely want to make him angry, and I definitely want to slay them.
He will recover.
Will
it might
he?
take 1,000 years.
Not after he saw my pinball playing, he ain't recovering. Let's see, where do I sit on here? 11,578 rank. I might as well just end it now, guys. I can't get worse than this. This is rock bottom. You want to know what rock bottom is? It is being ranked 11,570 on this Godzilla table in Pinball FX. Nothing else in my entire life before now mattered. It was all leading up to this moment.
And you failed, and you failed miserably.
I tested these tables a little bit. I played this one a little bit more. It's got some really cool stuff with the 3D models will fight each other and stuff.
Sure.
You didn't get to see any of that because I didn't do it.
Godzilla.
Well, let's see if I can do any of
savior
that.
Humanity. All right, folks, Godzilla is here. Just watch and learn.
I'm glad our viewers got to witness something as
Looks like Godzilla is
despicably
about to fight.
bad
I'll have to
as
observe him
my
over time.
round.
Sensor readings are off the charts.
Godzilla is here, attacking our facility. The maglev train
He doesn't
was
like
hit.
it. He wants to be left
That'll slow
alone.
down our
You don't
evacuation
fuck with the
of the
Titans.
secret
Just want to be left
Yeah.
alone.
Looks like
First
Godzilla's
off,
on the move.
and Godzilla
Nice
is
one.
actually to
Keep
protect
at
the Titans in their world,
So terrifying
the Hollow
at the same
world,
time.
and
From the rear.
to protect
Serves
us
well,
in Earth.
for sure.
That'll
He's
be
not a
big
bad
one.
guy.
Yeah, but
Godzilla's
out
not
of
a
humans,
bad guy.
out of
He'll take us out because we're usually the ones who are worse for the Earth.
yeah, but can we leave shit alone? Can we just let something be?
No.
Absolutely not.
Dude, the last episode of Monarch, they went back. Kurt Russell's character
Data received.
went to
Some high
the Hollow
temperature
World,
beam.
and time works differently down there. So
He's
like he
charging
was
up.
in there for like a couple of hours, and he comes out. It's like 20 years later.
I'm impressed.
That Monarch show is
That'll
really
do
good.
some good. Careful. We don't want to make him angry.
I like,
We're
like, I
only
mean,
here to
obviously
observe.
nothing's gonna beat like the hardcore, Japanese Godzilla films. But
Right.
the legendary universe, the monsterverse that they've created, those
It'll take
movies
more
have
than
been
that
good.
to
Like
make
this
a king
Godzilla
give up.
design is really good. The story's good.
Keep tracking his trajectory.
Being able to, introduce. You had Godzilla, the first 2014. Then you did Kong, which took place in the 70s. Then you gotta have, Godzilla versus Kong. But now we got Godzilla teaming up with
You
Kong
have
in the
no
new
idea
movie
how
this
much
year.
carnage
They're
these
homies,
monsters can
at least
do.
temporary homies, doing some daps. Like, come on, bro.
one
That's the
one
last we've seen
giant
of him.
one giant ape with one giant lizard
Yeah.
that can have electricity or fire or.
And really,
I
what
don't
else can
know.
you ask for in a
Yeah.
movie by having giant lizard and giant ape fight each other, and humans just are the back seat of the movie?
That's what that's all I want. That's all I've ever wanted.
That's what I like. Is like people complain about some of the movies. Well, the human characters, like, well, they're not important. They're not supposed to be important. And that's why the Monarch show exists. Is that you get to learn more about the toll that G-Day did for San Francisco, and the toll that it's done to like families and like the inner workings of Monarch, how it was started. It was all supposed to be about research,
Well said.
and it's actually really well done.
He's breached the outer walls. There's still the gate. to
Justice
open.
League versus King Kong versus Godzilla versus the Beyonder from Marvel
He's breached the facility.
versus Q from Star Trek
Right.
Emergency evacuation protocols.
All right, that was
versus Little Mac from Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Little Mac.
Come on, Little Mac. All you got to do is train more.
Come on, you beat Glass Joe. That's an entry level. Everyone
I mean,
knows.
You barely did. It took you a while. I think you
It
did
did.
finally do it.
It did.
Godzilla will take humanity's place at the top of the food chain. Unless
I want to see a
can
comic
stop
book
him.
of that.
All right,
Justice
folks,
League versus
Godzilla
King
is
Kong
here.
versus
Just
Godzilla.
watch and learn.
I know there's comics that like Kong and
charging
stuff,
up.
but I don't know if it's DC or if it's an independent.
Probably independent. Hey, Jace, you would. It is a comic book. It is a comic book. The Ultimate Battle Royal. in
Oh, it's a
print
real
now.
thing. I thought you were just saying stuff.
Careful. We don't want to make him angry. We're only here.
Oh,
to
it
observe.
just got
You
released.
have
Oh,
no
nice.
idea how much carnage these monsters can do.
That'll be
Nope.
a big one. Sensor readings are off the charts. Looks
That
like
nice little
Godzilla's on
ramp.
the
Who
Big.
released it?
And that just
big
all I
guy.
did was just shoot it right to the
up.
side.
Right.
I'm trying to go for 5 million. That's my goal. I need to have a goal.
Did DC make this comic book?
Well, if it's Justice League, it has to be DC. They don't license out their character. I mean,
Oh, no.
Marvel and DC have teamed up to do comics before. More than
Sure,
once.
but those are rare instances. But Godzilla and King Kong?
It'll take more than that
Well, I
to
mean
make
that.
the king give up.
Yeah, those guys are together. They're besties. If you have one, you gotta have the other.
So DC and Legendary.
Nice work.
Which
Keep at it.
Legendary's just
That'll do
licensing the characters
An
from
attack
Toho
from
anyway.
the rear would
Because
serve
they're the
him
ones
well,
who
for sure.
own Kong. They always have.
I
They're the
doubt
ones who
that's
created
the
him.
last we've
Right.
seen of him.
But they've been very impressed with Monarch. There's a big Japanese presence in the TV show as well.
Sure. So Jason's saying DC crossovers a lot with Image and Batman and Spawn,
Yeah.
which I actually need to read because Marvel uses Red Sonja and Angela.
He's charging up.
Which I don't know Spawn
Careful
as
there.
come
much
on!
in the comic book realm, but I definitely want to check out Batman and Spawn. Spawn's like one of my just like favorite characters. The HBO series,
will
if
recover.
you've ever seen it.
It
If
might
you
take
haven't seen it, let me
1,000
know.
years.
I'll let you borrow the
He will.
DVD. I feel like you have to.
Todd McFarlane said that this is the last. This year, it's make it or break it for the new movie, which they've
Yeah.
been talking about for years. He said if it doesn't get made this year, it will never.
King
be
of
made.
the monsters.
Probably. It's
Apex
probably not going to get
predator
made.
Of the oceans. Godzilla, the savior
It's
of
a sad
humanity.
thing.
All right, folks, Godzilla is here. Just watch and learn.
I'm still surprised that
Godzilla is here. attacking
Marvel has the
our
license
facility.
for Star Wars comics.
It'll
They've been
take
making
more
the Star Wars
than that
comics
to
since
make the
Disney
king
bought
give
Star
up.
Sure.
Wars. And there's not been any Marvel characters crossing over with Star Wars. Maybe
Looks like Godzilla's
Disney
on the
doesn't
move.
want it to happen.
Careful. We don't want
I
to
don't
make him
think
angry.
I don't think those
We're
two
only here to
franchises
observe.
should interact.
I want to have
He's
Vader
charging up.
versus Doctor Doom.
I want that
Yeah.
too.
Come
That
on, big guy.
who actually wins
Back
on that?
Up.
So there's been a Spawn movie in development for the last 2 or 3 years. Todd McFarlane's actually he was going to direct it. So it was going to be literally
have no
the
idea
creator was
how
going to
much
direct it.
carnage
But
these
then
monsters
the
can
studio
do.
got cold feet because he's not an established director really. So then the strikes and there's been people coming and going. Lead actors and stuff. So he said in a post a couple days ago, he said that if they don't green light it this year, then it's just not going to get
I'm
made.
impressed.
No, I didn't make it up that ramp again.
I doubt that's the last we've seen of him.
That's why I got to nudge the table, and I didn't nudge. Should have been nudging, smudging.
Shout.
Because it's the nudge on here is just a full-on press. Like it's not like being able to just gently shake it a little way.
Right.
Careful
That's
there.
why I. No, that's what it was going to be. That's what the movie is. Or is going to be if it gets made.
Oh, damn.
He's charging up.
He's breached the outer walls.
Damn
There's
it.
still the
Yeah,
hit
see,
to
Todd
run.
McFarlane, who's set to direct the adaptation, is keen to strike a studio deal within the next 12 months.
I'm hoping that happens. I hope
He
that
will
comes to
recover.
fruition.
It might take 1,000 years.
Only got $2 million on that.
If any of us get $5 million on this table, here it goes.
I'm halfway there.
King of the
Halfway there.
monsters. Apex predator of the oceans. Godzilla, the savior of humanity. Looks like Godzilla's on the move.
Yeah, a couple hits for nothing.
He's
Yeah,
charging up.
McFarlane's Spawn isn't the. I think McFarlane drew the best Spawn because it was the original idea.
You have no idea.
But the story
how
from
much carnage these
McFarlane
monsters
is
can
not the
do.
best iteration of Spawn.
Yeah, but he owns. I mean,
Sensor
it's his
readings are off
thing.
the
So.
charts.
It is
I'm
his
sure
thing.
you can do better
It's totally
than
his thing.
that. Careful
Like the
there.
HBO
take
series
more than
is
that to make the
awesome.
king give up.
I know I just said
Careful.
that, but
We don't wanna make him
seriously,
angry.
like
We're
it's a
only here to
cohesive,
observe.
coherent story that plays throughout like two seasons.
That'll be a big one.
Oh,
it
it didn't even
works.
get up that ramp.
An attack from the rear would serve him well.
Unfortunately, for a lot of Spawn comics that
We often
McFarlane
forget,
was
but he fights outside his
involved
element,
with,
which makes this even more
it's a little
impressive.
Well,
disjointed.
some people are
Big guy.
good at creating characters, like Stan Lee and was good at creating characters, but Kirby was much better at writing stories.
Right, right.
So I mean, that's just, you know, it's not knocking. Obviously, without him, there would be no Spawn.
Right.
But a lot of people have done like. There's been a lot of people that have done really cool versions of characters they didn't create in comics that have really cool runs
Right.
by a specific person. What is going on here? God, what was that? That was just bizarro. All right, sounded like Godzilla's rearing up for something. At least I heard it.
Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird had it all.
Watch out.
I agree. I agree.
I doubt that's the last we've seen of him.
It's like Daniel Way with Deadpool. I really.
But there's also no guarantee that we don't know anything about the movie. He may be taking the story from any part or
Right.
combination of
That's Spawn.
of the run, you know?
Sure.
Because there's not been any. He hasn't done
The
any
maglev
story
train was
details.
hit. That'll slow down our evacuation of the secret project.
He's charging up.
And here comes that taste of the carnage I was talking
All
about.
right, they're fighting.
Titans are destroying our cities and threatening to put humanity on the endangered species list. Water is an interesting fact. He is most dangerous in water, but we are prepared to fight him there too.
Random award. Okay.
That'll be a big one. That's another heavy blow. A couple more like that and he wins.
Oh, come on!
Come on, big guy. Get
I liked my come on better than his. He
Yeah.
was so nonchalant. It's almost like
Come
a
on.
guy in a sound booth said it.
What a coincidence.
We've learned all we can. Terminate him.
Please wait. 11,272.
Like Miller didn't create Batman, but he wrote some really amazing Batman
King of
comics.
the monsters.
Yeah,
He also did some of the
Apex
best
predator of
Daredevil.
the oceans.
Sure.
Godzilla, the savior of humanity. All right, folks, Godzilla is here. Just watch and learn. Sensor readings are off the charts.
You have no idea. how
hot
much
take, and you don't
carnage
like Frank
these
Miller.
monsters can
What?
do.
You don't like Frank Miller?
He's charging
I mean,
up.
he's an asshole, but that
Godzilla
doesn't.
is
Besides
here,
that,
attacking our facility.
Looks like Godzilla's on the move.
I don't know. I don't know people personally.
well, no, I just because I follow news, like you know, just like I've seen his posts and like just how he is.
An attack from the rear would serve him well, for sure.
Snyder, like what? Snyder who?
That Titan will think twice before challenging him again. The maglev train was hit. That'll slow down our evacuation of the secret project.
Come on, big guy. Get back up.
Come on, big guy. Get up there. Get up there and fight.
Scott Snyder. D. Snyder. He wrote some too.
We're not gonna take it anymore.
Yeah. That was a comic for a generation there.
It'll take more than that to make the king give up.
I doubt that's the last
I
we've
shouldn't
seen
have-
of him.
Shouldn't have taken that drink there. That's why I lost that ball. Been snacking on some chips.
And here comes
got up
the
the ramp.
taste of the carnage I was talking about. Titans are destroying our cities and threatening to put humanity on the endangered species
Got up the ramp.
list.
Should have nudged, but he got a ball saved. Got up the ramp.
That'll be a big one. He's charging up. Nice work. Keep at it.
I'm impressed.
That'll do some good. Lower the shields.
Just barely missed it. Got up and around, got into some bumpers. Let's go, let's go. Doing a little tactful, you know, trying to keep the ball in play.
But one thing is because everything's subjective, though. But without Frank Miller's Daredevil, we would have never had the Dark Netflix series at all.
No, not at all.
Absolutely at all. Which is still to this day the best Marvel TV series.
I would agree.
They fired all of the.
Watch out.
Careful there.
All right, folks.
They got
Godzilla
rid
is
of the
here.
showrunners and they're
Just watch and
redoing
learn.
Daredevil
So
because
fascinating.
Disney wants it to
It's
be a
so
little darker. So
terrifying at the
Echo
same
comes out
time.
next week.
Oh,
So
does it?
Kingpin's in there. They're dropping all the episodes, and
will recover.
it's going to be a part
Might
of this
take
like
1,000 years.
darker, rated R. So we'll see how rated R is Disney really going to get, right? Because
Right.
they just announced that Daredevil 100% the Netflix series is part of the MCU. It's not a separate thing. It's not an Elseworlds type of thing like DC has. It's none of that. Like how Robert Pattinson's Batman is outside of what the DCU will become.
Right.
Right? So we'll see, because they're also Deadpool 3, and Ryan Reynolds has been very vocal because he's part of social media saying that everything that he's wanted to do with Deadpool 3, Disney has said 100% yes. And you
Sure.
know he's willing to push things to the envelope.
Right.
Because what I think is that to have mutants in the MCU, they had to have existed, and they haven't. So
Right.
the only way that works is basically it's got to be like Deadpool hops between movie verses. He
Right.
grabs Hugh Jackman's version because Professor X, or not Professor X, but what's his face was being interviewed, and it looks like he's going to be in it too. He was coy about it, but it looks like he's going to be in it as well. So I feel they also said like maybe what's her face is going to be Elektra from the Ben Affleck Daredevil. So they're going to take from all of the Fox shit.
Okay.
And I think he's just going to go in like how Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe.
Right.
I think he's going to do something like that with the MCU and combine everything together.
That makes sense. That
Because
makes
he's
sense.
so tongue-in-cheek and he understands that they're movies. He's the only one who can be like, oh, Deadpool made the mutants part of the MCU. Totally makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
And there's still, it's your way out just to combine. That's what I think's going to happen. That it's like a road movie of him jumping between franchises.
Honestly, I'm pretty excited for Deadpool 3 of like Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds. Of like Ryan Reynolds has killed the fucking role of Deadpool. Of like he has nailed that out of the park.
All right, folks.
It's almost as if
Godzilla is
like
here.
he was
Just
made
watch
for
and
that.
learn.
I'm
Hugh Jackman, I
impressed.
feel the same way
That'll
about
do some
Wolverine.
good.
I do have a
Looks
few
like Godzilla's
arguments
on
of
the
like
move.
Hugh Jackman's a little too tall
Nice work.
as far as what
Keep at it.
Wolverine's
He's charging
character is
up.
supposed to be. Because Hugh Jackman's like 6 foot something.
Yeah.
And Wolverine's supposed to be like 5'4".
Our facility.
Of like he's a Wolverine. I mean, Wolverines are not, they're like
He's
badgers.
breached
They're
the
not
outer
very
walls.
large creatures.
They're still
Yeah, his
pigs.
version
Oh,
is
no.
never
You have
as
no idea how
gruff
much
either
carnage
as
these
the
monsters
comic
can
version
do.
either. But
That'll be
Right.
he
big
made
one.
it his own
He's
instead of
breached the
trying to
facility
copy, which I
gates.
think like me
Commence
and
emergency evacuation
071 were talking about like Jack Reacher. So in
Keep
the
tracking
books,
his
in the Jack
trajectory.
Reacher books, dude's like 6'6", like, you know, massive ass guy that just can take people out. And then they do the movie and they have Tom Cruise,
They're off the
like
charts.
who's like 5'6".
Come on, big guy.
And so it's nice that the Reacher TV show now that they have this big jack dude that was played in the Umbrella Academy.
Oh, Jace. So Jace says that Wolverine has fluctuated height, weight, and hairiness.
Well, I'm sure
is true.
without its history, but that's not a lot of people that are not into comics
wanna
that have
make an
read
angle.
the history.
We're only
If
here
they
to
grew up
observe.
like in my generation or even yours, watched the X-Men cartoon. And that's where they got it from. You know what I mean? Like, and that's
Right.
how he was portrayed in the cartoon. And they portrayed a lot of times in the media during that, the 90s and 2000s.
Sure.
The maglev
But it's
train
also
was
in his
hit.
name. Well,
That'll
Wolverines
slow
are
down our
not
evacuation of the
large
secret
creatures.
project.
They're larger than badgers, but they're definitely
Especially honey badgers.
yeah.
Entry hit.
An attack from the rear would serve him well, for sure. Coexist with the Titans. Ridiculous. I doubt that's.
I
the
did
last
it though.
we've seen
I'm
of
almost at 10 million.
So Jace, what's your favorite comic book that or not favorite comic book, but what are you looking forward to in 2024 as far as comic books? New releases, new characters, like
Charging up.
what are you looking forward to? Fucking World Tree. World Tree. All right.
Looks like Godzilla is about to fight. We'll have to
I don't know
observe
this.
another time.
I gotta look this up.
They're fighting. Looks like someone dared to challenge the king of the monsters.
I'm impressed.
That'll do some good.
No way.
Oh, you're sending me
Jose.
some issues? Awesome.
He will recover. It might take 1,000 years, but he will.
What's a World Tree in the Magic the Gathering? There's actually a card called the World Tree.
Here we are. We're in the top 5,000 now. We're at 48.
There
So
we
I got
go.
11 million.
So the Magic the Gathering card is the World Tree enters the battlefield, taps for green. As long as you control 6 or more lands you control have tap, add 1 of any color. And then for Wooburg, for 2 each, sacrifice World Tree, search your library for any number of God cards, and put them into the battlefield and shuffle your library. That seems like a really good card for for if you're going all colors and you're playing a God themed deck. That seems great.
Godzilla will take humanity's place at the top of the food chain, unless Apex can stop him.
All right, this is your last one, and then we're going to be moving on to our last FX table, which I still haven't decided yet because I don't remember all of them. That's the other thing, too. I need to look through the list.
Sure.
And then we're going to take a real short break, guys, so I can switch back on the 7.1 for Pinball M. And we got Duke Nukem,
Godzilla is
Dead
about to
by
fight.
Daylight,
We'll have to
Chucky,
observe him
The
another
Thing,
time.
and
I'm
Wrath of the
impressed.
Elder Gods.
Looks like
We are
Godzilla's
ending
on the
it
move.
with some horror. And
Horrific.
I'm not sure exactly why Duke Nukem's in there,
out.
but it's
Careful
they're not
there.
horror tables, they're
Come on,
mature
big guy.
tables, so that I
Mature,
get.
yeah.
That I do get.
Up.
Doesn't have to be horror, but usually if you're
I think
doing
that
horror,
just because it released around Halloween, so most of them were like horror based. But they could be making Oppenheimer table. I don't know. I'm trying to think of rated R movies.
He's charging up.
Shutter Island.
Oh, John Wick's another table that we're gonna play next week.
I think Shutter Island would be a pretty cool pinball
That'll be a
table.
big one.
How would it? The whole time you realized that you weren't playing pinball?
Yeah.
The maglev
It was
train
all a
hit.
lie.
That'll slow down our evacuation of the secret project.
I think Shutter Island, I don't know maybe if this is a hot take or not, but I think Shutter Island is just a ripoff of Sixth Sense. It's the same basic premise. And the difference is that when I watched Sixth Sense in the theater, I had no idea Bruce Willis was dead. But in Shutter Island, I fucking knew like within 10 minutes. And if you know the twists in a movie, it ruins it. It's also why I can only watch those movies once, because it's, I mean, I watched Sixth Sense twice because it was cool to watch it again knowing the little teeny things that gave it away. But after that, there's no reason for me to watch it. But with Shutter Island, I already knew the twist 10 minutes into it. So it's kind of like, all right, come on, can we get to the twist?
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
See, I didn't see it coming.
Got blindsided. Starring, who stars? That's a movie.
Starring Bruce Banner.
No, it's what's her face? Speed.
Commence emergency
That
evacuation.
bird movie where she's blind, or not blind, the monsters or whatever. I can't remember her name. Chat. What was her name? She was in some rom-coms too in the 90s.
I need one more spin to activate the gate.
Sandra Bullock stars in The Blind Side.
Facilities. No personnel remain. Activate self-destruct.
Why do I know that? Why not?
Godzilla is here, attacking our facility.
Because what kind of nerd would I be without knowing what Sandra Bullock is doing?
Well, I mean, Jace is telling us all this detail about comics. He knows a lot about that. Mine's movies.
He's actually working in that industry now, so...
Nice. What's your job? What's this new job there, Jace?
That'll be a big one. They're fighting. Looks like someone dared to challenge the king of the monsters. Godzilla's winning.
Oh, nice.
Godzilla all the way.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
The sensor readings are off the charts. He's charging up.
How long have you been working there? Because I remember it wasn't even that long ago that you told me that, like, there was something that he was going to get and it fell through for some reason. So this has to be real recent, right?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Come on. Get up that ramp. That's like the third time I've tried it.
The magnet
There we
train
go.
was hit. That'll slow down.
Now
our
the ball can
evacuation
drain.
of the secret project.
No, the ball shouldn't
Godzilla
drain.
has never faced an opponent like this. Godzilla prevails. Yet another victory for him. You have no idea how much
New
damage
record.
these
New high
monsters
score.
can do.
What, so because starting the new job? That makes sense. You know, you got to get acclimated. You know, got a lot of
Another
stuff
heavy
going
blow.
on.
A couple more like that and he wins. All right, we caught up to him. What is he doing with that
You know, I didn't see people quite as much. I worked for a company for half of last year and the end of 2022. And it was the first time that I worked under a company and not directly for
That's up,
myself
big
in
guy. It's
12
Godzilla's
years.
win. Lock lit.
Damn.
Ooh, but here it is. You got to take a picture of this score. This is a score. It sucked. My mental health
It's
and
so
everything,
terrifying
like
at the same time.
working for
Something
myself allows me the flexibility to be able to function as a human being. That going to an office and having the politics and all that other bullshit, that ain't
Yeah.
me. It was soul crushing, and I didn't play the politics, so everybody was basically on a trial basis, and they extended the trial for everybody, which was nice. But me and another person basically did the same job, so only one of us was kept. And of course, it was the guy that was in the office all the day because I worked remote a lot.
Sure.
And because he was kissing everybody's ass.
Sure.
I did a better job than him, but I also wasn't hanging out with the owner like dicking around.
Right.
So like, I need my job. I need my work done. I care more about getting my work done than fucking high-fiving all day. Here it is. Where does this put us, guys? In our ranking, we're 2,111. We got Jose Olivo Jr. is right above us. How dare Jose Olivo Jr. He's the guy. We're 2111.